Okay, so it's a little bit quiet because I think we've got other events going on, but we're here. So let's get started. Welcome to our Valentine's Day special, and so these are poets and poetry inspired by relationships, love, and not just the mushy stuff. It can be funny too. So, since Tom's not here, I'm going to get us started off with a somewhat humorous poem. This one is from Lex 4-5, so it's from that same piece that I start with. And I was kind of searching because it's not really a book of poetry about love or relationships, but I did find this one. It's called X's, and it goes like this. Dim shadows of lovers past rise up on wings of unquenchable angst, polluting the present, remembering pain's pleasures wrought by long dead dreams. Disappointments resurrect in time-altered faces and timeless eyes. Marisol revs into town on hot Mustang engine, twisting Pam to a frenzied dance of cleaning and complaining. The ex hasn't even visited, and already our tenuously balanced lives bristle. We haven't the patience to cope with spontaneity and chaos. It's like the minds of old age home denizens are trapped in 35-year-old bodies, and we're content with it. Still, I realize a little shit stirring does us good once in a while. Enter the Californian, Marisol. Sun-kissed skin, bleached blonde hair, talking of wine tastings and the latest movie plots. And you? Writing. Her eyes roll. Yes, I remember. To Pam. Do you have shorts I can change into? Pam's onion chopping quickens. In the fucking bathrooms. Hot in here. New York hot. Okay, so that was our open. Okay, let's see. I will do one of Pam's. Okay, so Pam couldn't be here because she is doing her shamanic craft and art at the Gulfview Mall. So instead, I have decided to read one of her poems. So this is called 26 Years is 2 + 6 = 8, the Infinity of Us, by Pam Namdog-Somo Weissman. Long ago, like a ray of sun, casting your light into the deepest recesses of my heart, hurt, beaten, broken, merely dreaming of a brand new start. You live in your head, I in my heart. Wires get crossed. Misunderstandings arise. When there's no balance, scales tip into trouble. Then things don't feel so great. But in numerology, our 26 years of marriage, rising upwards towards the heavens into infinity, represented by the number 8. Number 8 is the symbol of harmony and balance, symbolizes abundance and power, felicity, perfect rhythm, regeneration, resurrection. Our love is a wheel, a cycle being a decade. Years go by unapologetically. One thing that will always stretch beyond the infinite eternity is the love I feel for you and the love you feel for me. Happy anniversary, my love, my best friend, my precious husband. I love you infinitely. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to one of our non-local poets. So this is another one by Bernadette Newton in Sydney, Australia. So this is the poet that normally Pam reads, but Pam's not here, so I'll give one of hers a read. It's called Bendigo Goldfields. My love is a dam, starting as a trickle in upstream rivers. It supplies sustenance to those who draw from its wells. She's been drought-stricken for years, canyons and gullies bone dry. I have learned to live with water restrictions, and yet nothing is static. El Nino melted my resolve. La Nina saw the rains return. The water flows freely, eddy currents disturb. Nuggets of gold which bubble to the surface, glinting in the afternoon sun. In the Bendigo goldfields, we collect these specimens and forge gold flecks into rings, cooled in ponds of water. The steam solidifies our bond. And that was Bernadette Newton. So that's a good open for us, and I will yield the floor to one of our other poets.
Want me to fight about it?
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
All right. I guess I'll warm them up for you then. All right. Right?
Yep. Should be good.
All right. This one is Candlelit Heaven. Full moon settled, right upon a darkened canvas. Words wrapped in riddles, shrouded by mystery. Beyond the luring veil of her gentle gaze, a single tear cascades. Fingers locked tight, like barricaded doors on our vulnerable hearts. Our greatest desires expressed, only by the movements of tongues dancing behind our unparted lips. Our overwhelming urges satisfy, through body heat exchanged, only by disrupting the silence. Does the veil finally lift, and all else subsides. Love springs forward into music, played between the two of us. And you are mine at last. In this, our dim candlelit heaven. All right, and then see, I'm working to be quicker on this. This one is A Serpent's Kiss. Lips locked tight, like vaults without keys. Piercing words drip from tongue serpentine, masquerading as a heaven-sent dove, for what we know is what others call love. But dear, I think it's much deeper than that. Deeper than the pit where your dimple meets your smile. Rough like our knees bent on the carpet between the tile. Arms wrapped tightly around like a boa, constricting every thought of moving away from this. My tongue dances with the traces of poison still left on her lips. Honey-filled words from her tongue still drip. My eyes grow heavy as her fangs set in. The last words I hear as she begins to shed her skin. Let me be your rest, baby. Isn't this bliss?
This first one is a poem by our friend Pam. It's called My True Love's Face. We've walked through fire, we've walked through storms, been together through it all, been forced to conform. It's either too hot or too cold. Society walks backward, gentleness killed by scorn. I run from building to building, hiding in these hostile streets. I have a smile for everyone. It gets met by spit upon feet. Tired, battered, weary, and restless, I stumble through love's door, ensconced within your sacred embrace. Sinking thankfully into the heavenly feeling, gazing with love struck and awe up into my true love's face. And that was by Pam Wiseman. This next one is called Spirograph, and it is by Bernadette Newton from Sydney, Australia. I believe who Pam calls Neutron Bomb.
Yep, neutron bomb.
All right. Bureaucrat. The white picket fence autocracy confounds my brain. Dualities of devotion and dereliction. I was a trailblazer now turned homemaker. I greet my future husband at the door in a pinafore apron with dinner on the table. I run in circles like a spirograph, tracing candied pink lady apples onto the page with a pen. There is no room for errors, but my hand is deftly moving, with the precision of a calligrapher. Acts of service are my love language. I have willed you into existence, molded you from clay, placing a lock of hair in your chest cavity. Those muddied roots grow from my arteries and veins, a symbiotic tree of life, conjoining us at the hip. Like grafted ornamental plums, the flavor has the potential to improve with each passing season, with each concentric circle in the trunk or sour on the branch. The long and the short of it, there are no guarantees in life. All we can do is manifest saccharine, juicy fruit, and plant pits till our crop is bountiful. And this one is going to be by me, and it is called I Deserve Better. Muted messages and a private Instagram was how it ended. It began with a breathtaking friendship, talking every day for 3 months, simply because the laughs we shared together were genuine. We got drunk together on Christmas Eve, even through glassy eyes and overshares. It was absolutely obvious to both you and me. Both our bodies and souls got undressed. We were completely at rest. You really understood me as I did you, yin and yang, twin flame truth. Red flags waved on as you deleted your Snapchat. I wonder where the memories and love go. Since we've now decided to disconnect, I told you I won't force a friendship or something more, so you left me on mute and metaphorically closed the door. I will always love you, even if you weren't the one, but I'll quit romanticizing you in poetry, simply because at the end of the day, you helped me see that the only love I need in my life is given by me to me.
Okay, so I'll continue on with some of our non-local poets. So this is another one from Stephen Byzantiner from New York City. It's called A Journey Through Poems. 1. Silhouette, her hair, her profile, her brilliant duet in silhouette. 2. Encounter, and tween their first mingle lay the sowing of seed of love's first crystal. 3. Chrysalis stirring, there it hung, ready for movement. How nature tinged it, glowing. It's not red, the first arrow cast. It hangs the color of warmth, solidified like the still of candle wax drip, waiting for the melting. And here a snippet, there a 90s soundtrack, the feel of a now old Buick, royal blue, an awkward reach from velvet seats, a touch of knee, a bug rising in the stomach. What occurs when two were meant and flirting. Thereabout, a chrysalis stirring. 4. 1999, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And how you used to twist your hair in twirl, brunette braids locked up in clips that turned flutters to flight in the still raw but comfortable Williamsburg light. 5. Universe. There, uncovered, cradled, nude, flesh to flesh, they found each other in a new world, a universe undiscovered. 6. Children. Do they ever know the love they create, their beauty born from the burning of elements, the uncanonized sacrament, the unison of heart made of that allure, mined from heated caverns. We were the kindle that forged their fire patterns. Okay, so this is another one that I wrote. So I wrote this for Pam's birthday, November 23rd. And it goes like this. 23rd of November. I sing to remember each 23rd of November how you danced through your leaf-shaded creek and held court among the owl-eyed trees and those time-worn gray boulders. How your angel-kissed brown hair caught the breeze of those warm California eves, and how your dog sprung to life each time that you named her. How your blanket double-wrapped by my waxing fireside while you incanted white magic, all the while whispering of new roads to map. Yes, it all seems so green, though our rose petals long been old book-pressed by those fingerless palms of your West Coast's near forgotten, ageless heart song. Okay, and this is another one by Pam. It's called Gratefully Grateful. Too often we forget the smaller things, the compliment, the friendly action. These are more important than ever at this time. Life, a gentle wind wafting through a sleepy village. I am grateful for this life I get to share with you. I am grateful. Clarity and truth cast light on selfish illusions. I'm grateful for the birds and the trees. I'm grateful for the ocean and for sky. I'm grateful for the gift of feelings I go through when I cry. Through earnestness and a sense of inner peace, I can be thankful, experiencing gratitude for all. Penetration into hearts and minds with goodwill and prosperity, leaving the door open for the next in line within the ancestral generational roots. This is a time to speak up, allowing our voices to permeate the land. Communicate your wants and needs to those you love, being ever grateful for every facet of your life. It's all an interwoven thread. What lies before us is pure love in abundance. When one is grateful and filled with love, ceasing to focus on the strife, sunshine illuminates the heart, soul, and mind. Miraculous things begin to open up when we are grateful through all times. I bow my head in reverence for all there is to be. Thankful for in life. But the thing I am most grateful for is the day when the universe blessed me with love and friendship, when I got to be your wife. Okay, I'm going to yield the floor.
Oh, yeah. They're looking at me expecting this.
No pressure.
No, none whatsoever. Is that a noose around my neck?
All right. This one was inspired by a character from a book I read. So it's called Birdsong. Whispered words on the gentle breeze from butterfly lips, where to begin? Whispered yes, but heard from anywhere. From babbling brooks, a deep slumber that shook my mind to awaken, only to chase your birdsong on the wind. Your words hit like honeysuckle tangerine daydreams. Butterflies rest on your rose petal garden. Taut figure, trembling thigh, a coo and a sigh, your birdsong cry. caught in eternal twilight. Only from the light of the moon and stars our lasting candlelight. I am the man, and you are the tree. I reach through your branches for your sacred fruit beneath the leaves, only to catch a glance from eyes through beauty's lashes. Your visage reflects your reverie twilight refracted. You sang your song, and I answered your call, met you where the grass stood tall. Here in your clearing, I but your lovesick throng. Eternity could be spent in your cushioned forest glade. My heartbeat beats in time with our eternal birdsong. All right. And this one is called The Distance. Love is never easy. Take a step, a breath, and pace yourself steady. Don't move too fast. Get a feel for the road and let go. Come to your senses. Follow the signs, this long winding road. Be wary of sidetracks. They could be tempting and can be quite pretty, but in the end, they'll be your mortal folly. It might take 1 billion miles, but the journey is well worth the while. Find the one who helps you stand tall and smile. Follow the signs, take a step, a breath, and pace yourself steady. Come and see me when you are good and ready. We'll take it easy from the beginning. Love is never easy, but when I'm with you, the distance is less weary, love.
This is called Losing Your Best Friend. I don't know why you do this. Stop replying, block me, then unblock me, watch my story, but we don't talk. I guess I should chalk it up to say you don't care enough. But really, then there's me who can picture us still talking at 5 in the morning about me making a fake Snapchat just to add it. Making plans to grab a drink and let what's suffocating in our heart off our chest. Playing skee ball and air hockey at my favorite arcade, watching the sunset, not saying a word, you leaning in to kiss me saying, what took you so long? You comforting me in a lightning storm, on the flight to Greece, you holding my hand, since the feeling of flying puts me in a state of unease. You fishing while I read a book. You reel me in with that adorable look, brown eyes, lifted eyebrow, a smirk, yet a smile. You and I talking about conspiracy theories over shots of rum, me running wild in my thoughts of how far we could have gone. But now, you're technically gone, and I pictured all this with you, it being you in the end of all of it. Music and credits roll. And if it isn't you, I probably shouldn't say this, but I don't want any of it. This next one is called Love Me for Me. Love me for who I have become, not for who I was. Love me for my natural beauty, not for my plastered beauty. Love me not for my smile, but the love that shines through it. Love me not for my apparel, but for my sense of humor. Love me not for my laugh, but for the kindness that shines through it. All I ask of you is that you love me for me. This one is called Things I Never Said to You. You are beautiful. You are sexy. Your eyes make my heart come alive. Your smile brings me peace. You should laugh more often. I forgive you. I see good in you. You are destined for great things no small town can confine. You drive me wild. You have infinite potential. You are too hard on yourself. You have a euphoric aura. You're incredible. I think you can do better in love and in life. I went to text them to you and got a strange notification that read, Return to sender. last one is called Simplicity. So many people get carried away by the complexities of love. Hair color, eye color, stature, physique. Yet they lose sight of the truth, that love, true love, weathers many storms, many gray hairs, and waistlines that expand galore. True love was me looking into your kind brown eyes and feeling a peace I had never known. True love was why I fell in love with you, for the simplicity of how you were so complex. My chances with you were so far-fetched, yet you enjoyed getting your hands dirty and smiled when someone asked for your advice about bikes. You enjoyed spending hours on the water, in a boat, fishing, away from it all. Hunting, so you could glorify the prey on your walls. You were such a complex emotional enigma, but such a simple man. I never planned to fall in love with you, but against all reasoning and judgment, I did. I simply did.
Okay, so
That
this
one
is
is supposed to be retracted.
so this is the last of our non-local poets for the night, for the evening. This is one by John Chesterton, John Chesterton, who is an Englishman living in Australia, and it's called Enchanted. Ancient whispers light upon my desk, willful stun. Once again, youthful wings dance on the long-drawn shadows. Tinderbox of embers, vivid gold in autumn sun. Far, far away, the world that was the day is over. In twilight's absence, sacred flame remembered. Fly, fly beyond my setting sun, playful, tell her. So evening fades and flickers, firefly give chase. Many minds comb the stars' secrets at night. Brief moments of happiness in unfettered fashion. Enchanted spell, tiny sun-kissed lantern, shining brighter now than any wish might forge. Fly, fly, and playful tell her the day remembered. It's a glorious one. Okay, so I've got a couple more that I wrote, and some of them are quite old, which means that they are going to rhyme. The ones I wrote in the 80s usually rhyme. Okay, so this is one from 1987 I wrote. It's called Love in Motion. As air gains form in motion, as wind it rocks deep ocean, so love, once breathed through lungs, feverishly warps minds and tongues. A saucer incants, yet can't summon it. Desire it, don't need it, let go. Irrational, incomparable, immeasurable, cutting deeper spite frailties unveiled. Love's mutable rhythms, they force mutability. To love over money, self over love, then compromise. To patience, forgiveness, reciprocity. Though adept adapters know love ends lonely, still they love long as love flows, for life knows no form without motion. Okay, and then here's one from '89. This is a sad one. It's called Love Unbroken. Who were you really, and why did you leave too soon? I dreamt I had this all dreamed out, while dizzied 'neath blood moon. With wet warm lips, you pursed me tight, uncloaked love's chambers, wrongs set right. I drank till light from your diamond clear. It eased deep pain when you drew near. Your impassioned thirst and silken touch drenched blanched marrow and soothed me much. A trickster thief, my heart you stole, as I proclaimed pure love my goal. So now I wait in patience for your unattainable return, hoping beyond hope that once again desire's flame might burn. And cause I know you'll not be here, I weep alone this night, my dear. Spite love unbroken, both lives broke when once one had lost its tune. Who were you really? And why did you leave too soon? Okay, and this is the last I've got without going onto my phone, which we're using as a video. I thought we were going to have more poets, but that's okay. It's called The Transformation. Before eyes embraced, before a touch was shared or love known, both lives pained, tragic. Sorrow formed tortoise-shelled armor round the heart, and with such shells we could not feel the pain when lovers part. You were stunting brief this life, while I was dreamless without romance. We met sharing resistance, fear, and doubt. Then something inexplicable, unearthly stirred, something deep midst the core of essence. Transformation wheeled, and lives once bleak and tragic, once pierced by a force transcendent, now forevermore breathe magic. Okay.
Give me 1 second here.
Sure.
Clear my...
He's taking another one for the team.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this is one grenade I'd gladly jump on.
Go Cody.
All right. This one is known The Stretching Road Between Us. Curse the stretching distance that causes this head hung low. From across state lines there is brilliance, a beautiful woman with a heart to show. From the moment of our first meeting, I could truly tell she showed a certain difference. Since day one, she caused a rhythmic skip of beating. If I could move as fast as light to be with her, the long stretch of miles would only blur. If our hearts were tethered together, like it is said, we are all connected. I do my best to find the link that binds us hither. I tie a string around and pull you close to my chest, hearing the speed of heart and the rhythm of breath, the sweet serum that could pull me from the depths of death. I would do anything to feel your touch, even if all I felt was the faintest brush. If it wasn't for this day and age that we live in, talking is the only way to shorten this road stretching distance between us.
And this one is called Selfless Love. Toxic love is all I've known. I've been shown kindness until I realized they fed off this notion that I couldn't not acknowledge them. People have used me for authenticity, my genuine heart and soul, my relentless mercy, my compassion. Yet instead of being angry, it makes me glad. All this time they believed they had the upper hand, but it was I who ran away from them, not the other way around. I don't want companionship, relationship, or sexual vices. I only want someone to tell me who I am is okay, and that you were grateful that at the end of the day I saw good in you, even when no one else did. even when you couldn't see it in yourself. And this other one is called You Would Never Believe This. Since I last saw you, I called into a radio station and got on the air, all in the name of Hot Shell Ray. I've read 1,000 pages. I'm getting better at making YouTube videos people actually watch. Maybe not talking to you or seeing you is giving me more to say, and this uninhibited nerve to be myself boldly. Today, my sister told me to forget you. Funny, I couldn't if I tried. You left a mark on me, and I won't waste one single breath pretending you don't exist, or that you aren't the reason I feel free to be me. You were the booster to my rocket. It would be foolish to try to knock it. Maybe one of these days, the me that I am will meet a man who chooses me, unlike you, who cut ties when the going was good. Forget him, she said. Believe me, sis, I wish I could.
I don't like you at this point. All right. I believe that I wrote the first part of this poem one of the last time they came in. I'm not sure if you guys want me to like reread that one but I've got part 2 of With the Year, to summer which drags on. As summer's days came to its last, I found another to help the time pass. The chilling air came as a shocking surprise. As autumn's magic began, we watched the leaves' colors as they changed before our eyes. When the days grew colder, we huddled together to keep each other warm. At night we gazed at stars, even though winter's cruel winds forced us indoors. Shakes and shivers from Old Man Winter's door. We set the fireplace ablaze to feel safe and secure. Together we sat upon tables and chairs. With tears in our eyes, we promised ourselves to be by each other's side. As time passed slowly on, I can compare her to the fire that simmered. Her radiance made the firelight dim. Go. Then the year turned, winter melted into spring. Nature's new life began. Everything turned green. The way she looked made my heart skip a beat. But my heart kept beating. Every time I noticed her, I wished the days to start repeating. The days grew hot and longer. I felt as though I couldn't survive without her. The days started from first to second, third to fourth. As the sun settled, I clung to her and felt her warmth. We heard the sounds that felt so right. We sang summer's love song as we watched the dancing lights. As we laughed and played to the summer night charades, something inside of me began to feel strange, like something was whispering to me, warning that this story will soon end. The feeling kept haunting me in my heart and mind, ruining the dreams of futures. I got help to lock the lingering fears away. I felt fine until the day finally came. She had to go for a couple of days. I begged her to stay. I begged her on tired knees to stay. She kissed me and walked down the hall. After a few hours passed, I got the call. My heart stopped. My knees hit the floor. Then I carved our names into the wall. And her final words, "I'll love you forever, my love."
Okay, so This is, if I'm going to do these from memory as opposed to reading, they're going to be the short ones that rhyme. So I do remember this one that I wrote back, I think, in maybe '88. It's called No Outside Force. No outside force can break a love unbroken. The tempest cannot destroy the storm. No tempest can destroy the mighty sea. The singer's voice while singing can't be spoken. This love will last as long as life will be. It's about as good as I can do.
Well, hey, good for memory then.
Yeah.
Without a cell phone.
That's good though.
Okay. I'm gonna read this piece, and then at the end I'll share who it's by. We were good, we were gold, kind of dream that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home, watched it burn. I didn't want to leave you, I didn't want to lie, started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than you can. And that is Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Oh, right there? You got another one?
No.
I can find them.
I can trip over something.
If I could borrow someone's cell phone, I got thousands of. Yeah. Okay.
Us?
Yeah. So these are the ones that I have on All Poetry. Let's see. Huh. I think that should go. They must
See, I was gonna read one from Pablo Neruda.
Oh, I see. I misspelled.
Oh, you're laughing. None of that.
You're better than me. My fingers
I read
don't work good on that
lyrics by
keyboard.
Miley
It's
Cyrus
tough.
and presented it as poetry.
There we go.
I mean, honestly, it might sound better than that point, to be honest with you.
Well, I wasn't gonna sing it.
Also, you can agree with
Although
that.
I could.
Good bad, country girl.
I mean, ever since Wrecking Ball, I think her life's a wreck, so I'm gonna tell you what.
Well, that song.
Here we go. All right, we're in business.
Don't make me the music video.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
I thought she got from that was horrible.
I just gotta remember the titles. If I probably put in love, that should give us a lot. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there's lots of them. Come up with love. Okay. So. Right, okay. So that one I've already read. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Okay. It's called The Miracle of Love. Tossing out fables of princess and dragon, old cobra sheds skins of expectation, projection. A feeling deep as this revives, spite mythic castle moats. It breathes a touch, a gaze, a flaming midst core. Though a phrase can ring plastic, weak and worn, entwined in a glance, it is purified, transformed. Intone it aloud, I love you. Cliche now turns new, and this is the magic. This is the miracle of love. there's this one. Let's see. This one's called Love's Own Word. Lovers recall the hour dearly, that hour when first you uttered love's own word, though now it seems a light year's age ago. Turned my world, whirled my mind, stirred this heart, ticked passionately into this hour, when truth of love's own word flows effortlessly from either tongue. And if enchanted tongues can mesmerize death's face, then we'll share love's own word in eternity's lasting hour. Okay.
Thanks. Of course, no problem.
This one is called Waltzing in Memory. I still look for you in every face I see, as if my heart can't face the thought of you being okay without me. It's funny because I have days when the thought of you is at a low hum, like white noise while I sleep. Other days, I can't walk 2 steps in any direction without the pounding club soundtrack of you stuck in my head. I really hate this. My life has enough noise. If I'm honest, I like that you brightened up the hues of the synapses that fire in response to your name. Saddest of all thoughts, you don't experience the same night at the Roxbury for me at all, anytime, any day. I think if you did, you would reach out or try again. And I wouldn't be moving in 3/4 time to the music of you that plays on and on inside of my head, my heart, my veins. The music we make together more harmonious than anything we sing into the dark apart. Still, one single spotlight I will leave on, in hopes that I don't have to keep spinning circles around this fantasy of you, and I can wrap my arms around the reality of your truth. The good, the bad, the ugly, every single piece of what makes you, you.
All right. This one is for the pink rose. She is an enchanting enigma, a complete beauty tempered by love, standing tall and unchanged by the years that kept me at bay. None of the 4 seasons has weathered her heart, but only enhanced all that you are. Like a Michigan summer, I can never enjoy enough. Our time always ends far sooner than we'd wish. Like the autumn leaves, you dance around my head. I take precious moments to drink in your unique color. Like the winter snow, I am completely ensnared by your untouched beauty. Like a foreign field, no one dares to tread. Yet unlike the frigid winds, you're ever warm and inviting. She thrives in spring, the time of our births, the season where our love first sprung forth. She is the rose that blooms after the storm, whose name remained anonymous until now. A masterpiece only made possible by the true artisans of heaven. She accompanies the stars, whose lights would dim eternal in the wake of her absence. I wish to always share the same sky.
All passed. I don't know why. Anyway. Okay. Can I get one? I'm gonna backtrack here.
Yep.
Okay.
Back again. The same. This one is mirroring spring. She captivates beauty, though she loves like the driven snow. Elegance unending, warm like embers that cling to the heat of the dying flame. Her love purely Shakespearean, tragically inviting, worthy of untold sonnets and prose. Searching for truth, her saving refuge, she creates, like the river streams, that breathes new life in the richness of the valley. Let no one say that a rose that grows in spring can't captivate May. She weathers the storm, but instead of growing thorns, her presence is only illuminated more. Her unwavering heart, the alluring red rose.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It's great.
Oh, yeah.